Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel wherever you are around the globe, especially on the continent of Africa, here in Asia, in Europe, in America, Canada, wherever you are highly welcome to this very hot afternoon edition. It is hot afternoon edition wherever you are, ladies and gentlemen. We are here because of Chelsea, and this is Salom's blog. Remember, like the video, share the video, and let me hear from you in the comment section with your name and also where you are watching us from. Your location and your name is very, very important for us. Do remember also that we are on TikTok. Yes, visit us on TikTok and give us your comment on TikTok. Share the video, like the video on TikTok. We want to know exactly what you think about the work we are doing in our news production. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Salom's blog once again. Come on, let's get started. Yes, on Chelsea. Chelsea. Well, our ownership, the Clearlake Group, and Todd Boehly. Todd Boehly may get the headlines, but Chelsea is heavily Clearlake club. Todd Boehly may always receive the headline news, but Chelsea is heavily Clearlake club. Yes, Clearlake is the actual company that bought the club Chelsea. Clearlake, they are the ones that are managing the club Chelsea. Clearlake has a mother company called Blueco. Blueco, they are the parent company of Clearlake Group. Clearlake Group only made Todd Boehly the face of the club. The face of the club for image purposes. Now, Egbhali is the one that is actually involved in day-to-day management of the club. Egbhali, not even Todd Boehly. Egbhali is the one that is actually involved in day-to-day management of the club. Apart from the Chelsea CEO. Yes, we have a CEO. But Baghdad is always involved in dealings, contractual agreements, player buying. As we speak, Egbhali was involved heavily in the process of appointing Enzo Maresca. Yes, he was in the process. He was part of the process of appointing Maresca. And even though it is understood, Chelsea expects to qualify for the Champions League. Ladies and gentlemen, Maresca won't necessarily be sacked if he doesn't achieve that this season. Yes. I brought this up for you to understand that Enzo Maresca is not under pressure to qualify Chelsea for Champions League. And that is the reason why I brought up the ownership. And the one who was heavily in charge in the process of appointing Enzo Maresca, our coach, is Egbhali. Maresca made a statement before our game against Man City that he was not touched. The ownership did not discuss with him the qualification of Champions League. But the reality, the fact is, he knows where Chelsea belongs. He knows that Chelsea competes for Champions League position, top 4. He knows his job. And he knows that the magnitude of the club Chelsea is said that it is about winning. Chelsea is about winning trophies, he knows. But if he fails to win or he fails to qualify for Champions League this season, he will not be sacked on that. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason why I'm saying all this. You see, Maresca's job, I believe, when it comes to performances for this season, he is safe. Unless it's worse than expected. Going into the game tomorrow against Servette, we understand certain players were asked from the squad. Raheem Sterling and Ben Chilwell have not been included in Chelsea's squad for Thursday's Conference League playoff first leg against Servette at the Stamford Bridge. These are tough decisions that coaches make. Tough decisions, and when they make those decisions, it doesn't go down well with some quarters, especially the fan base. And if those players seems to be the fan favorite, good enough, both Raheem Sterling and Ben Chilwell are not fans' favorites. And the coach deemed it fit to exclude them from the squad. Ladies and gentlemen, these two players were also not involved in our games against Man City. If you look at the Man City model or the Arsenal model, now we are playing Pep Guardiola model, right? Style of football. Okay. Pep Guardiola in the first year, second year, I remember very well. There were some good players that Guardiola got rid of. Aguero, yes. Aguero. Kun Aguero. It was Pep Guardiola time that he left. Yaya Toure, the best midfielder by far in the Premier League that season, that period, 8 years ago. The best, one of the best. Yaya Toure, I hate to love him. I hate him at the same time I love him. I hate him whenever he's playing against Chelsea because I know what he can do. But I love him as a man, as an African, making name in the Premier League. Pep stood his ground and got rid of top-notch players. Players that you would have think that they will stay and they will perform wonders for him. Why? He needs players he can work with, that he can, instill his own ideas, his own authority on the squad. That is exactly what Enzo Maresca wants to achieve in Chelsea. Should we give him the chance to achieve just that? I would say yes. But whilst doing that, Chelsea is a winning club. Trophyless this season? No. Ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's move to some other transfer news. We might come back and end up with something interesting. Just don't go anywhere yet. Newcastle have expressed an interest in Chelsea defender Axel Disasi. Yeah, according to David Ornstein, Newcastle are interested in Axel Disasi this season. I hope they can get this done, because looking at the defenders we have, Viega, Levi Cowell, Fofana, Badiashile, Reece James, Malagusto, Marco Kurela, just name them. For me, Badiashile and Axel Disasi leaving wouldn't be a problem for me, especially Badiashile. And as it stands right now, if Newcastle are coming for Axel Disasi, I'll prefer him going on loan instead. But you see, not only Badiashile this season going on in the transfer that I have here, I understand, according to Fabrizio Romano, Ipswich Town and Chelsea are set to agree on loan for Armando Broja. Ipswich Town and Chelsea are set to agree on obligation to buy clause for Armando Broja included in a loan deal. This is the obligation to buy, means that at the end of the season, Ipswich Town must buy Armando Broja. It is an obligation. This is where Chelsea now are inserting obligation to buy for another club, but they don't want to accept obligation to buy for Victor Osimhen. You see your way. Hey, my dear friend, it will be close to £30 million fee and to be activated if Ipswich Town avoid relegation. Okay. If Ipswich Town avoid relegation and will continue in the Premier League, here we go coming soon. Means that if they are relegated, the obligation to buy clause will not be activated. But if they maintain their status in the Premier League next season, then they will have to buy Armando Broja for £30 million. Ladies and gentlemen, fair deal. Yeah, if it helps you not to be relegated next season, you are going to pay that money. But if you are relegated, then you can go free. We can have our player back. All right? Okay. The good news I have for you this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, which I've already said in the first video, João Felix has completed the main part of his medical test in London and is going to sign his contract later today. Deal valid until June 2030, plus option for further season. Conor Gallagher had also flew to Madrid. And as we speak, today Wednesday, Gallagher will be unveiled at the big stadium in Madrid, Atletico Madrid Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, quickly before I continue, let me give you some shout out. This time around, I want to be giving you guys shout out at the mid of the table. I'm not saying don't watch the video to the end, because there are still big news coming up. 1 or 2 coming up after the video, after the shout out. Don't go anywhere here, ladies and gentlemen. Quickly, you see, big shout out to you guys here right now with me. Ebo Kipongwe in Solwezi, Zambia. The first line. Okay, first line for the names I brought up. I brought up some attacking players yesterday, right? And I'm asking which one will you choose as your first 11, as part of your first 11. All right. You said the first line. Many of you are choosing the first line. Oh, okay, big shout out to you out there. Ebo Kimpokwe in Solwezi, Zambia. Big shout out to you out there. Some of these names, pardon me if I'm not able to pronounce your name very well. Yeah, I'm trying my best, I guess. All right. Sadiq Adeleke Sadiq says, I am not surprised on the playing style. He have let us know that his style depends on the opponent's play. Very good one there. Thank you so much for reminding us. Yes, Enzo Maresca made it clear that his style of play depends on the opponent. Sadiq Adeleke Sadiq, big shout out to you out there. All right. Sadiq also says that the first four or the attacking players that I brought up yesterday. All right. This one also says the first 4 coming from back. Your name is not here, but he also said first 4. All right. Big shout out to you guys all out there. Ihechuku says, sir, what we have there in the second picture is my Magwe. Okay, really, Magwe rather. Okay, not Dewsbury Hall. Yes, you are right. It was later that I noticed that also. It was Magwe, not Dewsbury Hall. I agree with you, dear friend. Thank you for the correction as well. God bless you, and big shout out to you out there, Ihechuku. I believe you are in Nigeria. This one says, I don't know why we are hesitating to sign our own Haaland, that's Osimhen, because no matter what, it is clear we need him. Malambo from Zambia. Yes, big shout out to you, my good friend Malambo from Zambia. This one says, as for me, I choose the first 4, watching you live from Celerion. Big shout out to you out there watching me live from Celerion. Please let me have your name and where you are watching from. Your name so I can give you a big shout out. All right, this one says, on the first pictures, remove Jao Felix and put Jackson. My name is Malambo from Zambia. Well, that is why we have to mix it up. We cannot keep all the best, that you think they are in one side and keep the second fiddle. No. We have to mix it to see what you think, because definitely that is the intention. That is the plan. Ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to you out there, Malambo from Zambia. This one says, my brother, the first 4 should be the first part of the first 11. Maresca, Moses from BKK. Big shout out to you, Moses from BKK. Where is BKK? Is it? Please let me know exactly where you are watching us from. This one from Victor Adekunle. It says, they are Chelsea. They are Chelsea. That's why they are good in playing chess. Oh, they are Chelsea. That's why they are good in playing chess, right? Okay, Victor Adekunle. Big shout out to you out there. Chukwudinas in Malaysia said, up blue, up Chelsea blue. Yes, no Osimhen, no Chelsea. Really? Well. This one said, up Chelsea blue from, okay, Chukwudinas. The next one from Winston Brown. Hi. Chelsea should hurry up quickly to sign Victor Osimhen before PSG hijack him. All right. The next one. First 4 is good squad. Have you heard about Sancho from Man United? Haramuriki Stanley from Kenya. I know about Sancho. Like I always say, when the news is not verified, we will not talk about it on this channel. We want the best for you guys until it is verified and confirmed. Then we start talking about it. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe later tonight, if I get a good report on Sancho, Jordan Sancho to Chelsea, I will update you guys all out there. Big shout out to you, my dear friend. This one says, good evening, Mr. Salom. I'm not happy the way you are cutting our shout out, for we cannot take time to analyze the problem of our club and didn't hear the idea of some. I am so sorry. That's why I've taken my time now giving you out the Ananias. Is it Anani? Is it Anna? Well, please let me have your name so that I can give you a big shout out next time. You see, now that I want to give you a shout out, your name is not here. Please let me have your name. I'll make sure that I'll be trying my best. You know, the shout out is taking so much of the time. But anyway, we'll do our best. The next one says the first four is more better. This is coming from my good friend Elisha. Say the first four is better. All right, the last three before I go to my final news item. This one says, hi, I am Brian from Ghana. Bro, trust me, Chelsea is almost done with Osimhen's deal because Napoli said by Friday they want to have Lukaku before the weekend. So it was a pressure on Napoli. It is a pressure now on Napoli now to accept the loan and obligation to buy for Chelsea. Yes, that is what we are saying, that by next week, hopefully, they will have no other option than to let him go on loan with an option, not obligation. Chelsea won loan with an option, not obligation. Ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to you out there, my man from GH Ghana, Brian from GH Ghana. Big shout out to you. Keep your messages coming in and let me hear from you in the next one. Remember, we are on TikTok as well. This one says, my brother, for me, I choose the first four. This is Lincoln Bill from Liberia. Big shout out to you, Lincoln Bill from Liberia. The last but not the least, before I go to my next news item, coming from Steve Muhembe. Yes, Steve Muhembe. He said, if Maresca not careful, he will be dismissed this mid-season. Hi, Salon Block. I am Steve Anderson. As of what I saw in our first game, EPL, is not looking good. Maresca. How many times have I called you? 3 times. Be careful. I'm watching all your shows live in Jericho, Liberian True Blue. But please, bring my Osimhen. I'll be cool. Please stop using that nonsense word called Sanchez. He is the true definition of failure. Well, dear friend, big shout out to you out there, my good friend from Liberia. Very big shout out to you. Yes, I believe that your message is very clear out there for all of us to hear. Big shout out to you all out there. Quickly, let me conclude on this note. Tomorrow is our Conference League game against Servette. Servette is a club from Switzerland. It is a playoff. We are not in a Conference League proper. In a playoff until we do the playoff and we qualify before we now be added to the main group. It is what it is. That is how low Chelsea stood now. Chelsea that used to be fighting for Champions League football, playing for Champions League. Now we are playing a playoff in order to qualify for the group stage. Quite interesting, right? Yes, it is what it is. Well, this is the A list for the Conference League match against Servette tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, the team sheet for Conference League tomorrow: Sanchez, Jorgensen, Bettinelli, Disasi, Cucurella, Badiashile, James, Gusto, Viega, Fernandez, Madueke, Chukwuemeka. I'm happy finally Chukwuemeka's name is on the list. Nkuku, Palmer, Dewsbury Hall, Casaido, Lavia, Moidrick, Jackson, Neto, Gui. Leverkusen, we understand, is expected to be on the B list that will be released today. And that B list normally features academy players, but Leverkusen will be added to this list. And I must stress, this is for one match only, but not featured Sterling, Tosin, Chiwe, Wesley Fofana. You remember Sterling was omitted also from the Premier League game against Manchester City. He's still omitted from this list for the Conference League. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, quickly, Conor Gallagher will be presented as a new Atletico Madrid player on Wednesday, which is today, at the Metropolitano Stadium. Metropolitano Stadium. He's already signed his contract valid until June 2029. Also done all medical tests. So just a formal announcement to be made today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys in the next one. When you see me, shalom and peace.